We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at these. And what this is I love it, I live it, I love it, all of it. Jalapeno and habanero, two variations here. And you can see this one is having separation anxiety. And this one, so I wanted to show you guys this. I marked the bottle here where this was. Both of these were filled to that line that you see on the habanero to the right. And I understand why they did that with this sauce, but they are also listing this as 5 ounces, which the bottle itself is 5 ounces. I don't think you quite made it all the way there. So let's take a look here at the copy, and it is very, very tiny text. Hopefully we can pull it in. All right, ultra unique, versatile sauce with the spotlight firmly on the wonderful green olive. It is true, as I said in the review, which is available below, it is basically a pureed green olive. And little jalapenos, what this one says. Very little. I was not able to detect any. All the briny glory, so on and so forth. So, imagination run wild, suggested uses for flavorful green umami bomb. So, umami is the prevailing trend, I would say, in hot sauces for certainly 2020, possibly 2019 as well. It seems like everybody is on the umami tip these days, or at least they have a sauce that caters to that direction. So we have here tuna, egg, or macaroni salad. I did try an egg salad. I did not care for it because I was missing. We'll get into that here in a second, but I didn't like it there. Mixed with hummus, I have not tried that. I'm not liking hummus these days for whatever reason. I think I'm just tired of it, so that one I did not try. On a sub sandwich, I think this would be kind of interesting, but you know, here's the thing: you can't just substitute one pickle thing for another, and there's a problem with trying to do it on a relish as well. So the sub sandwich might be good, it might not. I think I would miss the chew. Again, pizza anyone, which is what we're doing today, Bloody Mary and the Dirty Martini. So I'm not drinking at the moment. When I was, I did enjoy the Dirty Martinis when I had martinis, and I think this would actually be kind of good there. But again, my favorite part about a Dirty Martini is at the end of it, finishing it and then eating that olive. And without that chew of the olive, I don't dislike the flavor, but that chew I find myself missing. And to me, that's a bit of a problem. All right, so let's see if we can get both ingredients in here. This is going to be a trick. I don't know if I can pull off with this camera. Well, let's see. You can see they're identical, except for the heat component. So we have, we're just going to read, let's just read the habanero one. So we've got here, such tiny text. So we've got the Spanish olives and water, pimento, salt, and apparently they use the liquid as well that's in there. Distilled vinegar, garlic, habaneros, olive oil, and of course if you replace habaneros with jalapenos, that is the ingredients in here. And you can see here the difference in these two is that we do have much more of your traditional green olive appearance to this one, which looks like little flotillas of olive oil in there. This one has stayed honestly somewhat emulsified. This is the habanero version. I'm not sure why that is the case, but this one I've had to agitate in the middle of using it. It does not want to stay emulsified for whatever reason. This one we're going to shake up anyway, just because it's a smart practice to do that. Both of these had the sauce stuck in, you can see just like this. This is how both of them came, with it stuck in the top like that, which was, and then, I mean, maybe that, you can see this one, the same thing. So maybe that's why they kept the neck clear. I don't know. Maybe that is, I don't know. I'm not super bothered by it. I just thought it was worth noting. And this one, so it's pouring a little bit better than it was initially when I got it. And we're going to set this one to the side for a second. And let's do the habanero, and then we're going to do them side by side, just so we can see. This one's being just a touch on the thick side. This one looks almost like a Dijon mustard to me. Now we can get a little bit more in there. And the green, the jalapeno one looks like it's honestly, like you can see, it looks like it's separating in the spoon. So here we go. Habanero's in front, now jalapenos in front, now habanero, now jalapeno. And let's see if I can delicately, whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so there you can see them side by side. The one on the left of your screen is a jalapeno, and the one on the right is the habanero. And so we're going to try them one after another. And let's go first with the jalapeno. Very astringent, as you expect. The flavor is Spanish olives. I'm not getting, you know, they're a strong ingredient. And jalapeno, if you eat green olives a lot, which I do, I always keep those on hand. I always have them here. Different brands, different batches will have a little bit of off flavors. What, you know, which is usual when you have fruits, vegetables, that type of thing. So this one tastes a little bit of a variant to what I usually have. However, it's more like in that line, right, where it's just a sort of a batch variation, and it could be a little bit of the jalapeno trying to struggle through. I really have not gotten a lot of jalapeno out of that. It's mostly the Spanish olives. This one is the habanero. There is, again, it's almost what you're left with is Spanish olives. This one has a really slight heat charge. Like you can tell that there's something there, but it's very, very moderate. I think I gave this one a 1. This one, there's no heat at all in. It's calling this one a hot sauce, I think, is honestly a bit of a misnomer. So green olives I love, you know, that's right up my alley. So okay, so here we have the Red Baron mini deep dish, the little mini circles that you've seen in some of the other videos, or if you haven't, you know, check it out, they're there. I can't find those anymore. Can't find ham and pineapple either, and I'm assuming it's just more COVID fallout. So we're just going to throw this on here. It gets cooler. I'm filming this in the summer right now. It gets cooler, then I can start actually using the oven to make pizzas and have things like that. I use the Boar's Head red jalapeno as an actual pizza sauce. You can see that actually happen in the video itself, because I go through how to actually make that. In fact, a lot of these videos, if you watch through them, you can see me making stuff. A lot of the times, like with these, I just, you know, it's something that goes in the microwave and then we doctor it up. But sometimes I'll get, you know, I did some grilling videos. Those may or may not be up by the time you see this. It's the internet, you know, so who knows when people are going to get to it. And if you've been reading my blog, you probably know at this point that I'm running ahead a little bit on the videos as opposed to the written reviews on the blog, which is available down the link below. So that is just, there's a little bit of a gap between the two of them, unless I do one of them where I'm intending it to be simultaneous. And those are usually noted as well. So there's no good reason for us not to get to it, so let's just get cracking here. And we'll start with the jalapeno again. As I mentioned in the review, this is heaven actually. I love green olives and pepperoni together. Love it. And it's funny, that happened as a mistake. This is back, oh man, at least a couple decades ago, maybe a little bit longer. And a group of friends and myself were out, and one of them ordered pepperoni, and they're delicious pepperoni pizzas, by the way. they ordered the pepperoni pizza with olives. And I don't know if the guy writing it or the guys in back or what happened put on green olives, and literally that little happy mistake changed my life, because that was my go-to pizza order from that point on. Pepperoni, green olives. Alright, so we're gonna go with try the habanero this time. This reminds me of, there's a slight flavor modification there as well, but this reminds me of some of the pizzas at that pizza joint. They had some spicy variations. Sometimes they put extract in the dough. There's something called UFO dust going around. Sometimes they dust the whole pie with that. Use spicy pepperoni and whatnot. This kind of reminds me of that. I think for this, just because I'm getting such a huge nostalgia bump from this jalapeno one, I think this jalapeno is actually better on this pizza. And it's more pure. You know, it's no heat to it. I can't really get the jalapenos out of it. It's more of a pure olive puree, which again, I know a lot of us are thinking, well, it's not a hot sauce, and you're right. I can't say that it is. Oh man, it's so good though. But again, you know, I mentioned in the review, I love green olives, and I've had them in so many different ways that including now as the base for a hot sauce, which is more of an olive puree. They're very, you know, they're very strong tasting. I think that's a hard trick to pull off, is to try to base something on something not strongly flavored and then have it be its own thing. I think it's a bridge too far, like way too far. It's the same challenge, I think, in a lot of ways with Chipotle. I did make deviled eggs with both of these. That was okay. I prefer the relish though. Gotta kind of have a little dill relish. I don't know if this video will be posted by the time the other one is, but I think I am going to do a special recipe type video, I think, for the Inner Beauty, where I make deviled eggs with that. So you can check for that. That will be somewhere. It'll either be in the playlist for the sauces, or you can just probably get to that video if you just go to the blog and then just go to the Inner Beauty review. I'll have it linked up there as well. Or you can check December 2020 in the timeline if you want to do it that way. One way or the other, it should be a pretty cool video. It should be a lot of fun. I try to keep these videos within a certain time frame, and sometimes I get nervous when I'm actually making a food item. That, I mean, you guys have, if you haven't seen some of the other videos, check those out, but I have a tendency to get carried away and run at the mouth a little bit. And when that happens, of course, then it can substantially lengthen the course of the video. I guess I'll leave it at that. But yeah, so that was That was delicious. That was actually one of the best things I've had on this video series. These things are, I will say, are legit really good on pepperoni pizza. And I can see that probably I'll be using both of these for that purpose, unless I miss my guess. But I don't think I will. I'm going to use these up. I love these. These are tasty sauces. Again, I can't really call them hot sauces, I don't think. Neither of them are particularly hot. And they just read a lot more just like a spatch olive puree. I mean, you can't really get past that, I don't think. So, but definitely, if you like green olives, if you really enjoy those, these are very worthy of your time and consideration. I think it's an interesting way of doing it. It is kind of expensive though. You can, like, literally you can make this, right? You can puree a bottle of Spanish olives and throw in maybe a clove or two of garlic, and you're most of the way there. You know, throw in a little olive oil for an emulsifier, and you can modify the garlic, and that really is, you're not going to be far off. And you can get, I don't know if you can get dried jalapeno, but I have seen dried habanero. You could sprinkle that in there, or you could fire roast one or two of those, the pods, and then just toss those in there as well. That'd probably be pretty good. So I mean, there's quite a bit you could do to, I guess, make something similar to this. So just depending on how much you find for it, but I think it's well worth a try. If you like green olives, I think more so than if you like hot sauce, I think this is very worthy of your consideration. But anyway, there we have it. The Angry Irishman, all of it, jalapeno, all of it, habanero.
Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.